Hello, this is Captain Steve Tarrant from Maine Maritime Academy with another training video to help you prepare for the U.S. Coast Guard deck license exam. In this video, I'll be showing you a little bit of the organization of the CFRs. So when you get into the exam room, there's going to be 9 copies of CFRs that are pertinent to you for the third mate or 500, 1600 mate license. There'll be 2 volumes for 33, 7 volumes for 46, and 1 volume for 49. I just want to show you just sort of the similar general organization for each of these. So this happens to be Title 46. There's Title 33, Title 46, Title 49. And this is Volume 1 of 46, and it's parts 1 through 40. And they'll say that on the binder of the book. So each one of these volumes has got a table of contents. So let's just jump to that. It's like 4 or 5 pages in. So here's the table of contents, and it's divided into subchapters, okay, and parts. So the subchapter A, in this case, happens to be procedures applicable to the public. Subchapter B is merchant marine officers and seamen, okay. Subchapter C is uninspected vessels. Subchapter D is tank vessels, all right. So that's great stuff. Now let's look. Inside this subchapter, there are parts. Okay, so there's part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then you can see it doesn't start over again with 1, 2, 3 in this subpart. It's just it keeps going. Okay, so the part numbers are sequential. Okay. Now anything that's yellow here, by the way, has questions in the Coast Guard bank for that particular part. Let's say you had a question regarding discharging a merchant mariner in a foreign port or something like that. You could come here and if you had gone through all the table of contents of all 9 of those books, you'd say, hey, the likely place for me to find that is going to be in merchant marine officers and seamen. What I recommend you do when you sit down for your exam is get all 9 copies in order on your desk. Put a piece of scrap paper in the beginning of each table of contents so you can find it easily, and then just flip through them again just to remind yourself of where stuff is. Okay, so if we wanted to look up this, we'd probably go to page 239. Now I have a bookmark here. We'll go right to it. Now at page 239, we begin this shipment and discharge of merchant mariners, and we have another index. This is a chronological index by part and section. So 14203, 14205. Let's say we had, do I have to give this guy a certificate or not on his discharge? Well, I would look here, continuous discharge book, entries of certificate of discharge. And it says 14307. So then I would start flipping through. Here's 14207, 14209, getting closer, 14307. And I could read that section. That's great. So and hopefully I'd find my answer there. Now, excuse me. You'll see, if we go back to this, here is the subchapter. You see there's this word index at the end. Look, subchapter A, index. Subchapter C, index. Subchapter D, index. Some subchapters have an alphabetical index at the end. Not all, but many, okay? You can't 100% rely on this, but it can be useful. So if you see that word index at the end of a subchapter, you know you can look up things alphabetically. So let's just take a look at the index for subchapter B. Here it is here. All right, and I find it at the I found it on that particular page. All right, as the table of contents told me. And now, if I wanted to discharge a merchant mariner, I would start looking for the word discharge. Okay. Looks like I might have gone past it here a little bit. Let's back up. No, I haven't gotten there quite far enough. Here we are. Okay, so discharge certificate, discharge of mariner procedure, discharge rules and regulations. So I could look in these parts here, all right, and find those, all right, and hopefully that would help me as well. So that is a common organization for all CFRs. Okay, there's a table of contents. The table of contents leads you to a smaller chronological index at the beginning of each part. And if you're lucky, there'll be an alphabetical index at the end of each subchapter that you can use as well. That concludes this particular video. I will post some other ones that get into more specifics of using the CFRs. including how to find easier to find answers, good studying, good testing.